And why is it again you say you'll never date another Aries?
Well, they clap when the plane lands. They try to high five the pilot. They text, I'm outside before I'm even dressed. And every argument is like a fireworks show in my living room.
And yet,
Fine. Aries are basically chaos wrapped in a leather jacket. But I guess chaos does look good in leather. Hmm.
and what was it again about Taurus? Because they show up to a picnic with 5 different kinds of butter, and they literally stop an argument just to finish basting a chicken. Is that bad? Maybe, but honestly, I've never eaten so well in my life. And you know, that butter goes a long way. Do tell, what are your concerns with Gemini?
Because dating them is like dating a radio that never stops scanning stations.
So chaotic.
But weirdly, you always end up dancing.
Ooh. And what exactly did you say were your reasons for not being interested in a Cancer?
They cry if you forget to text them back.
Hmm. Sensitive.
But they also make you soup even if you sneeze just once. And that's kind of sweet.
And nurturing? And tell me again, what was it you said about the Leos?
They introduce themselves with a standing ovation.
Hmm. Well, that is quite unusual, I agree.
Well, yeah, but they also applaud you, and honestly, it feels kind of amazing.
Hmm.
And I was digging the mirrors in the bedroom.
Ooh.
And what was it you said about the Virgo? Sorry, I'm just being silly. Tell me, please, your experiences with Virgo. They alphabetized my spice rack while I was still cooking and color coded my sock drawer without permission. Fox. Hmm. So, controlling. Well, kind of considerate. I mean, actually, I can find my socks now and I know where the cinnamon is, and I've never been so organized. Life under a microscope. So tell me your experiences with our lovely Libras. Hmm. Ordering dinner with them takes forever. Oh, well. And then 45 minutes to pick a movie, another hour to decide on snacks. Sounds exhausting. Hmm. But, once they decide, it's always perfect. Yes. And the reason you're avoiding a Scorpio? Scorpio. Mm, they make eye contact like they're scanning my soul for Wi-Fi. Ooh. Mm, intense. They stare at me so intensely. I'm sure they know my browser history. Invasive, passionate. Yeah, but also hot. Very, very hot. Ooh. Mm, really?
Why not a Sagittarius?
Well, Doc, they'll buy a one-way ticket to Peru mid-date or a trip to Bali, not even asking if I'm up for it.
Oh, got to be ready.
Exactly. And so many stamps on my passport.
Hmm. Passport.
And such great travel stories.
Ooh. Sagittarius seems like fun. Mm.
Well, next, I suppose we'll move on to Capricorn. Well, they bring their resume to brunch. Ambitious. Hmm. Scheduled date night 3 weeks in advance with a Google invite. Hmm. Stable. Ambitious and structured. Yes. Hmm. I mean, I've never felt more secure and fiscally responsible. Stable. Right. Hmm. Oh, righty then. Let's move on to Aquarius. Why is it you would never date an Aquarian? Um, well, they casually invent robots at breakfast. So innovative. And halfway through dinner, they start explaining how to colonize Mars. Okay. And unconventional. Oh, with a PowerPoint. Yes, of course. And I've never laughed and learned so much on a date. But also, a free robot butler's hard to complain about. Ooh, I like that very much. I like that. So, finally, let's explore Pisces. What are your reasons for not being interested in dating a Pisces? Oh, Pisces. Again. They write love letters to clouds and poetry out loud in public. Dreamy. And honestly, I've never felt so enchanted in all my life. Hmm. Okay. And who doesn't want to live with a little magic? Who wouldn't like a little magic? I agree. So, you've given us quite a bit to think about, haven't you? The pros and cons of each sign. Yeah. See you next time. That's it. That's our time.